Alright guys, what's up? It's Let's Plays. This video I'm gonna kinda give my review, my thoughts and opinions on Omega Quintet after buying it and playing it for quite a long time actually. I've been playing it for about almost 15 hours right now, and I'm like maybe halfway, maybe not even halfway through the game. The game's actually pretty long, surprisingly enough. So I'm gonna go through kind of different things about the game, stuff like that, and talk about it. So let's start with the story. So the story basically is about these things. They're called Blair. Blair are kind of like these portal kind of things that they open up, and they release these creatures called Mad. Mad are the creatures that come out of the Blair, and only the Verse Maidens can get rid of the Blair and defeat the Mad. Basically, the Verse Maidens get rid of the Blair by singing, and that's how they make the Blair vanish. And it starts off with is only one Verse Maiden, and her name is Miss Momoka, who is pretty old Verse Maiden. Her exact age isn't really that known. I'm not sure. She's pretty old. And she's the last Verse Maiden, and she's basically going to like retire soon. And the story is basically about these 5 new Verse Maidens that take over her job and have to like work together as a team to defeat the Mad and get rid of the Blair, and of course save the city. And these 5 Verse Maidens are Otoha. I can't even say her fucking name. It's Kanedeko. Kanedeko, I think I say her name. Nene, Arya, and Miss Kyoka, or Kyoka, fucking I say Miss Kyoka, because they always call each other Miss for some reason. And those are the 5 Verse Maidens who will eventually join your team in order to help, you know, defeat the Blair and the Mad and everything. The game is pretty long, I have to say that much, because I'm about 15 hours in, and I'm only on the fifth episode, because the game isn't by chapters, it's by episodes. So the game's pretty long right now, 15 hours in so far. And I gotta say this though, one of my rants is that Arya talks so fucking slow. And if you play the game, you know what I mean by fucking Arya talking so slow. I'm sure a few hours is just by fucking her talking so goddamn slow. I know it's because of her special like edition and everything, because she is special and everything like that. She talks like really slow, but my god, whenever she talks I feel like I'm just getting like Ebola, because she talks so goddamn slow. So the combat is it's a bit complicated, because there's a lot to the combat system. There's a bunch of like different things about the game, like especially like just the combat alone is just really complex. There's like all that stuff of like turn orders and turn disruptions, and you gotta like kind of focus on the turn order, because like throughout the fight there'll be these buffs that you get, and it's based off turn order. So maybe at this one spot, at its turn order, it could be like a buff that you'll get for that turn. It could be like, you know, health up, you know, like damage up, that kind of stuff like that. So you gotta kind of try and make your turn order more effective by trying to land on those buffs. And also the fact that the enemies can also land on those buffs as well. So then you gotta try and keep the turn order, so that way like try and what's the word transport? Try to like disturb their turn order, so that way they don't land on the buffs and everything. That's just part of the combat. And then there's like this whole thing about like, I guess like the effectiveness of like the range of the fighters. So let's say that girl, what's her name? Otoha. She has a hammer, or you can give her whatever you want, but I have a hammer with her, and I put her kind of up close because she needs to kind of be up close to, you know, to like kind of like do more damage and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I have someone like the girl, I keep forgetting her names all of a sudden. What's her name? That girl with the gun. Damn it. Nene, she has the gun, and she's in the back because she has she has to shoot people and shit like that. So I put her in the back because that way, you know, she can get more better range and have more better effectiveness. And then there's like, then you got your support guy, Talk, who's like, you know, the guy in the game who's, you know, and he can be used to like kind of like defend and also to attack, and also to like basically his attack isn't basically like mostly like. His attack is mostly a support kind of thing, where it's not like to do damage. It's mostly to like, because Talk's attacks can also disturb turn order as well. So that way he can kind of like, you know, kind of like keep the turn order kind of more in balance to keep it more towards your favor. God, what else is there to talk about? There's a bunch of like. There's also, the game kind of copies a little. I personally see it as a kind of a copy from Final Fantasy X with the like spear grid. There's this thing called a disc scan, and basically it's this kind of giant. It's not a giant. It's not as big as Final Fantasy X, but it's like this big thing where you can kind of like spend points in order to like gain skills, gain, you know, all this kind of stuff, and basically any character can kind of play any role because they're not limited limited to like one kind of style. If I want to have, you know, of what's her face, I will Toha like kind of go like mage or use magic more or be a healer, I can do that by kind of like making my like I choose those abilities and then like set it up that way, or maybe I want to have her like use a gun instead. I can give her a gun and she can use a gun instead of her hammer. There's a system where the more you use a weapon, you can get better and have a better, like, you can do like more turns, more damage and whatnot. So it's kind of good to kind of like keep like using the same one over and over to get better at that weapon instead of kind of like switching it up, I guess. But it depends on your play style. If you want to have, you know, someone switch, then you can have them switch and kind of make it, you know, it's all like based on your play style, really. But I keep them all kind of on the default. What else is there? There's Harmonics. Harmonics is a very it's not it's kind of complex, but not really. It's basically Harmonics basically, it takes everyone's turns and just makes them go all at once. So basically like I can do maybe like 20 actions depending on how many counts of like attacks I can do. Like I could do like 20 attacks in one turn, and it just goes and goes and goes with combos and combos. You just do crazy shit. And it's really good for kind of like an all-out attack. You just kind of go all in, you know. And the game keeps constantly bringing in like new features and new shit, because I'm on like the 5th episode right now, because the game goes by like it's not chapters, it's episodes. And I'm on episode 5 right now, and I'm still learning new things for combat because they keep bringing new things in combat right now. I wanted to kind of talk about this sooner, but I see because they keep bringing new things, and I kind of wanted to get a very clear like grasp of the game before I decided to kind of talk about it and review the game. So right now there's this thing that got recently introduced. It's called Live Action Concert, and basically it gives you like buffs for as long as it's active, and the song changes based, you know, you can like change the songs up, so it could be like this like different song for this like live concert, and there's different like levels of concerts based off of the voltage meter, and your voltage meter can go up to like 1 to 5, and it basically it increases like your your specials. You can like, you know, do like the better versions of the concerts and everything. So it's a lot of stuff to it. there's a lot of like team attacks, special attacks, you know, all these kind of spells, these kind of different range attacks. So like they hit like AoE single target. They do like different things like pushback in order to kind of do these kind of strategies and everything like that. So there's a bunch of stuff to the game. I guess one of my downsides to the game is a little bit of the graphics. The graphics for the environment aren't that good at all. They kind of remind me of a high-end PS2 graphics for the background or low-end PS3 graphics for the background. It depends on either way I see it. And also, the models are pretty well done. I would say that much. But the graphics for the environment is pretty bad. I'll say that much. But I can deal. It's not that bad. Also, it's a pretty girly game with a lot of fan service. You know, there's panties and, you know, the panties that you can set up panties, everything like that. And if there's a feature that, cause your armor can break, and if your armor breaks, then pretty much like you're in your bra and panties until you fix your armor. So that's kind of a bit of a perv side on that. I'm like, oh, I don't. It makes it very like uncomfortable when that happens. What else is there? There's a bunch of like different like costumes and stuff like that, and you can kind of like make your characters look kind of like unique by like changing their hair color, the eye color, the like all these kind of like costumes and stuff like that to make them look all different and everything. So that's a lot of cool stuff to do and just kind of fun things to do. The combat is a bit. I'm getting like used to it. At first I was like, but now I'm kind of getting like used to it. It's a bit complex, a bit of thinking, but that's not a bad thing for a game to have a little bit of thinking in it. Just don't get confused because it's gonna be very like confusing at first. And I guess my biggest complaint I think is because I don't really find the story that appealing to me. Like I know the story, I know what's happening in the story, but I just don't like the story that much. It's not appealing to me very much. And it's a lot of fucking story. God damn it. The first chapter is like a few hours long. Or my bad. First episode is a few hours long. And it's just story. Story like fucking crazy. And I know it's JRPG and there's probably a ton of story, but I mean, my god. They shove it down your fucking throat with the story. Holy crap. So that's a bit of an on my part. I don't like the story that much. It keeps shoving down my throat, so that's a kind of about it. You know? But overall, I mean, I wouldn't recommend to go out of your way and buy it right now if you're on the fence about it, or if you're just like, oh, I'm not sure, I'll wait. I would say you should probably wait for it to go down in price a bit before you go out and fucking buy it, because it's not all that, but it's pretty fun. I've been playing it for like a pretty good while now, so I've been kind of enjoying myself, because I've been wanting to play like a JRPG for a while on PS4. I finally get a chance to, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.